Welcome back. So why is it so hard for us to say no? That is the big question that we are asking ourselves today here on Fox 8 at 4.
And many times it's even harder when it deals with family and friends, but there is a way to say no effectively, and Blanca Cobb, a body language expert, is here to show us how. Thank you so much for being here.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
So what is it with saying no? Do people feel guilty? Do they feel pressured?
It's repercussions.
Okay.
When you say no, what does that mean for your relationship in the future? Will you be invited to that party? Will you be asked to be a part of that team? What is going to happen? So it's the repercussions, and because nobody has this crystal ball to see what's going to happen, they get nervous and they're like, well, maybe, or perhaps, or they'll say no and they'll shoulder shrug, and this implies uncertainty. So as a recipient, you're going, I'm not exactly sure what's going on, and it causes more problems than what it's worth.
Okay.
Blanca, do you think it has anything to do with not wanting to upset someone, especially someone you love when it comes to your mom and dad? What's the logic behind that?
Absolutely. We want to make everyone happy. But one thing I've learned is that you cannot make everyone happy all the time. And it's great to have healthy boundaries, because then everyone is happier.
So when you have that sense of obligation, whether it's a friend or a family member, how can you say no and feel comfortable with saying no?
You have to mean it. So if you really mean no, then you just have to say no. I would like to help, but unfortunately I'm busy that weekend. Or I've thought about what you're asking, and skydiving just really isn't my thing. However, if you'd ever like to go swim with sharks, I'll join you.
No,
so give people options.
Okay, so you gave a reason, you explained why you're saying no.
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes you'll have someone who's very persistent. Well, why? And you give them a reason. Well, how come? And they'll just want to go back and forth. And that's okay for a little bit as long as you can tolerate it. But then you just have to say, look, I've given you all of my reasons. I have nothing else to tell you. My answer is I don't want to do this.
And Blanca, you know all about body language. That's your specialty. Can body language help at all? Can that help kind of soften the blow there?
Yes. If I were to say no to you and I'm looking at you and I'm facing you and I say no, is very different if I say no. Or I'm like, ask me again next week.
See that you left the door open when you did that.
Exactly. And it's also the language. So no maybes, perhaps, probablys. It needs to be no, and you have to direct it. Now, I'm not saying be mean.
Sure, yeah, no, I won't do that. Yeah.
But you want to be friendly and open body language and lean towards a person and look at the person and actually smile. A lot of times people don't realize when you smile, it buffers that message. Just because you say no doesn't mean you have to be mean about it.
Okay.
You can still be very pleasant in setting those boundaries for yourself.
So I can look at it, no, thank you, Julie.
I will not anchor the rest of the show for you, Julia.
Oh, that's wonderful. Great advice, Blanca. Thank you so much. That's really good stuff. Very interesting. Thank you.